नमस्कार अनि स्वागत छ रेडियो कान्तिपुर रेडियो राष्ट्रको यो साप्ताहिक कार्यक्रम रेडियो टकमा र कार्यक्रम रेडियो टकको साथमा छु म प्रज्वल र कार्यक्रम रेडियो टकमा हामीहरू विभिन्न विषयवस्तुमा केन्द्रित रहौँ त्यसै विषयवस्तुसँग सम्बन्धित अतिथि वा अतिथिहरूसँग कुराकानी गर्ने गर्दछौँ र आजको बसाइमा भने एउटा इन्ट्रेस्टिङ विषयवस्तु छ र मसँग अतिथिहरू टन्नै हुनुहुन्छ स्टुडियोमा आज कुल मिलाएर 4 जना हुनुहुन्छ एकजना स्वदेशी नै हुनुहुन्छ र 3 जना विदेशीहरू हुनुहुन्छ र आज हामीहरू यो कार्यक्रममा एउटा इन्ट्रेस्टिङ प्रोजेक्टको बारेमा कुराकानी गर्दैछौँ र यो प्रोजेक्टलाई एउटा इनोभेटिभ प्रोजेक्टको रूपमा हेरिएको छ र पहिलो पटक नेपालमा यो प्रकारको प्रोजेक्ट सञ्चालन भएको भन्ने कुरा गर्दै हुनुहुन्छ हाम्रो अतिथिहरूले र यो प्रोजेक्ट सञ्चालन भएको थियो नवलपरासीमा र आज हामीसँग यो प्रोजेक्टको बारेमा कुराकानी गर्नको लागि 4 जना हुनुहुन्छ मैले भनिहालेँ पहिलो हुनुहुन्छ नेत्र छेत्रीज्यू उहाँ हुनुहुन्छ फ्याकल्टी एरिजोना स्टेट युनिभर्सिटी युएसका स्कुल फर द फ्युचर अफ इनोभेसन इन सोसाइटी नाम दिएको छ र अर्को अतिथि हुनुहुन्छ हामीहरूसँग डाक्टर नादिया कलाम र उहाँ हुनुहुन्छ एसोसिएट प्रोफेसर फर द स्कुल अफ पोलिटेक्निक्स र त्यस्तै गरेर हामीसँग 2 जना विद्यार्थी हुनुहुन्छ उहाँहरू चाहिँ मेकानिकल इन्जिनियरहरू हुनुहुन्छ जर्डन पास्टर र त्यस्तै गरेर टिम बेरन र उहाँहरूले यहाँ नेपालमा केही अनुभव बटुल्नु भएको छ त्यो बारेमा पनि पक्कै कुराकानी गर्नेछौँ र यो आजको अन्तर्वार्ता भने म अङ्ग्रेजी र नेपाली दुईटै भाषामा सञ्चालन गर्नेछु र पहिलो प्रश्न म गर्दैछु हाम्रा अतिथि नेत्र छेत्रीज्यूलाई नेत्रजी यो जुन कार्यक्रम तपाईँले सञ्चालन गर्नुभयो परियोजना यो पहिलो पटक नेपालमा गर्नुभएको भन्दै हुनुहुन्छ प्लिज अलिकति केही बताइदिनुहोस् न
यो पहिलो पटकलाई कसरी भनिएको भन्दाखेरिमा इन्जिनियरिङ विद्यार्थीहरू विदेशमा गएर प्रोजेक्टहरू सञ्चालन गर्छन् तर हामीले जसरी गर्दैछौँ त्यसरी गरिएको हुँदैन यो पहिलो पटक कसरी छ भन्दाखेरिमा यसमा विद्यार्थी मात्रै संलग्न छैनन् यसमा समुदायका मान्छेहरू त्यो समुदायमा काम गर्ने विकासे कार्यकर्ताहरू अनि यहाँको नेपालको इन्स्टिच्युट अफ इन्जिनियरिङ पनि यसमा समावेश छ र त्यसले गर्दाखेरिमा जुन नेपाली क्षेत्रमै आबद्ध रहेका नेपालको विकासमा चिन्तित भएका व्यक्तिहरू हामीसित सँगै काम गरेर यो प्रोजेक्टलाई सञ्चालन गरेको मोडल चाहिँ यो पहिलो मोडल हो र डेफिनेटली हाम्रो युनिभर्सिटी एरिजोना स्टेट युनिभर्सिटीबाट यस्तो किसिमले चाहिँ योभन्दा अगाडि कहिल्यै पनि काम गरिएको थिएन त्यसकारण चाहिँ यो पहिलो भनेर मैले दाबी गर्दछु
र यो परियोजना तपाईँहरूले नेपालको नवलपरासी जिल्लामा
नेपालको नवलपरासी जिल्लामा गऱ्यौँ 2टा परियोजनाहरू सञ्चालन गऱ्यौँ पहिलो परियोजना थियो बायोचारसित सम्बन्धित त्यो चाहिँ नवलपरासीको अमलटारी जिल्ला अमलटारी होमस्टे समुदायको वरिपरि गऱ्यौँ र दोस्रो थियो सोलर पावरबाट निकालेर चाहिँ पानी तान्ने जमिनबाट त्यो चाहिँ रजहरको एउटा गाउँमा गऱ्यौँ
So Dr. Nadia, this is your first time here in Nepal?
Yes.
And you came up with this project?
I didn't come up with the project.
Well, you're part of the team.
I'm part of the team. Yeah. I joined to see if this is something that I was interested in pursuing in the future.
And in total of 5 students were involved, including you, or?
So it was 3 faculty and I think it was 12.
11
or 11 ASU students and then 5 of the IOE students from Nepal that all went on the trip.
So you had the opportunity to work with the Nepali students as well?
Yeah, which was very valuable. It was interesting to see the interactions between the students, which they could talk more about. But I feel like that was probably where a lot of the learning happened, of them talking to each other and understanding each other's cultures and similarities and differences and that sort of thing.
So it was sort of like a wholesome project in a way.
Yeah.
So it's 2 students here. I'm going to team now. Yeah, obviously first time in Nepal.
Correct.
So how did you like it?
It was incredible. It was something that I'll remember for a lifetime. I think it was really interesting for me personally to go to Almantari and stay in the homestays because it's such a drastic difference from what I'm used to in America. And because of that, I know that I'll remember that and take that back with me when I go back to the States.
So you're a mechanical engineering student, right?
Correct.
You must have seen immense potential here.
Yeah, this is an interesting experience also for me because I've been working on researching biochar and different tools to help eradicate Mecania micrantha for the past year or so in some of the courses that are offered at ASU. And this was a really interesting, again, opportunity for me because I was able to work on it in the classroom. And then during the summer, I was able to go to Nepal and see my work and research in action.
And Jordan, you're another student here,
Yes.
mechanical,
Yes.
too, right? And you had the opportunity to do something practical here.
Yes. I personally, I was not part of the class at ASU beforehand. I found the study abroad program on my own, looking at the different options that were offered from ASU, and I chose Nepal in this one because it was an engineering and sustainability focus, which is my 2 degree paths. So I personally chose it for those reasons and kind of went into it not knowing what to expect. I was really happy when I found out we were doing a solar project because I'm working on a solar panel project at ASU currently that is in Arizona. So it was really cool to see the relationship between our project and the project we did here, and being able to apply some of that knowledge and even taking some of the things I learned here back to that project. So that was really amazing to see the correlation between those two.
र नेत्र सर, तपाईँले भन्नुभयो कि तपाईँले अब यो कम्युनिटीसँग मिलेर समुदायसँग मिलेर यो कार्यक्रम सञ्चालन गर्नुभयो भनेर, तर तपाईँले ज्यादै छोटो समय बिताउनु भएको छ तपाईँहरूको चाहिँ प्रोजेक्ट स्थलमा। भनेपछि यो गृह कार्य तपाईँले वहाँ हुँदा नै गर्नुभएको थियो?
यो गृह कार्य चाहिँ सुरु भएको झन्डै 2 वर्ष भइसक्यो। जस्तै टिमले भन्नुभयो, उहाँ 1 वर्ष अगाडिदेखि यो बायोचार सम्बन्धी पर्टिकुलरली विशेष गरिकन त्यो माइल मिनेट भन्ने झारलाई कसरी हामी निवारण गर्न सकिन्छ भन्ने कुरामा अध्ययन गर्दै, त्यसलाई कसरी जङ्गलबाट निकाल्न सकिन्छ भन्ने कुराको टुलहरू बनाउँदै क्लासमा हामीलाई त्यसको बारेमा लेक्चर दिँदै उहाँले सिकिरहनु भएको छ। त्यो चाहिँ 1 वर्ष भइसक्यो। त्योभन्दा अगाडिदेखि नै हामी तयारी गऱ्यौँ र गएको मार्चमा हाम्रो अर्को एउटा फ्याकल्टी साथी हुनुहुन्छ, ब्राड रजर्स भन्ने र मार्क हेन्डरसन भन्ने हुनुहुन्छ। उहाँ पनि इन्जिनियरिङ फ्याकल्टी हो, पोलिटेक्निक इन्स्टिट्युट अफ इन्जिनियरिङको। उहाँहरू 2 जना र अर्को एउटा अस्ट्रेलियाको सिडनी युनिभर्सिटीको फ्याकल्टी पनि मार्चमा आएको थियो। किनभने यसको लागि चाहिँ थुप्रै होमवर्क गर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ, गृह कार्य गर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ, समुदायलाई तयार गर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ, स्थानीय बासिन्दाहरूले चाहिँ यो बारेमा बुझ्नुपर्ने हुन्छ। अनि हामी त्यो जङ्गलमा पस्दाखेरिमा जङ्गल समुदायको पनि हो, सरकारको पनि हो। अनि हामी त्यो राष्ट्रिय निकुञ्जमा पनि पस्नुपर्ने हुन्छ यो झारहरू सङ्कलन गर्दाखेरिमा, त्यसमा मिलिट्रीहरू पनि सङ्लग्न हुन्छ। उहाँहरू सबैलाई हामीले इन्भल्भ गराउनको लागि जाने बित्तिकै हुँदैन। त्यसले गर्दा यो होमवर्क चाहिँ गृह कार्य चाहिँ धेरै लामो समयदेखि थियो, जसले गर्दा हामी छोटो समय त्यहाँ बसे तापनि यो काम चाहिँ गर्नु सकियो। जस्तै अब बायोचार बनाउने कम्पनीहरू धेरै अगाडि पहिचान गरिसकेका थियौँ। सोलरमा हामीलाई एक्सपर्टिज दिने कम्पनी धेरै अगाडि पहिचान गरिसकेका थियौँ। उहाँहरूसित इमेलको माध्यमबाट, फोनको माध्यमबाट, व्यक्तिगत भेटघाटबाट धेरै पटक चाहिँ आदान प्रदान भइसकेको हुनाले मात्र यो प्रोजेक्ट सफल भएको हो भन्छु मैले।
And coming back to Dr. Nadia here, you represent the Polytechnic School, right? And you're involved with innovations and lots of other things as well. And basically, like, you have to work with community, especially with this experience, our working style. Right, Nepalese working style. We have our own time scale and everything. So, what's your take on this? Like, how did you find it?
Well, for me, it really resonated with me being in the village in Almatari. It's similar to where I grew up. I grew up in the South in the U.S. and it's warm and hot and humid. Everyone's a little bit slower. We talk slower. So it resonated. It felt like home for me. You know, obviously there's some differences, but it sort of resonated with me. I slept the best I've slept in a long time in the homestay.
Great, like Mr. Netra here said, like you had 2 projects running, but definitely you must have seen immense potential, not just in Nawalparasi.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of potential for lots of innovation, but with my work, I like to not focus. As engineers, we tend to be technologically determined or deterministic, to where we just focus on the tech. So here's the thing that you need, and instead, I like the socio-technical systems, and to think of it from a systems perspective. How can we improve the livelihood? How can we improve the quality of life? You know, in addition to using innovation and using new ways of doing.
More of a wholesome approach.
An authentic, wholesome approach. And really thinking sort of from more of a systems perspective. How does this have impact on, what are the indirect impacts of this innovation or technology on other parts of society? So thinking bigger picture.
Yeah, which means like you certainly need like in-depth study of our society in general, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. So you have to, you need to understand the society and live with, and really embody, live with the people in the community. Our students and on the projects, at the beginning of the projects, they were going into the forest and getting all the biomass, bringing it in and doing the biochar, for the first rounds, and then later on, by the end of it, the community was the ones that were actually doing it. So it's a learning process for everyone. And for engineering, we tend to focus a lot of times in education on just the theoretical sides of things and not the actual doing of things. So I would imagine that was a great experience for the students to actually get out and get their hands dirty, get everything dirty, and really start working with materials and really understanding materials, not just from a theoretical perspective, but really embody that.
So yes, team, you certainly did have this opportunity to work with Nepali students as well. So what's your understanding? Like, how was the experience working with Nepali students there? How did you find it?
It was very rewarding. It was very interesting at first. Obviously, there's a bit of a language barrier, and they were very good, and their English was wonderful. I was able to communicate with them very easily, and then they had good inputs for us, and it was really a critical point, because if we were struggling to tell the local villagers about something that they could do to improve their process while making the biochar, we were able to communicate through them, and then they were able to tell the locals what they could do to make that process better. And so it was really rewarding. Again, for me, this has been a really incredible experience, again, because I've worked in the classroom, I've researched Nepal, I've researched the community that I traveled to, but to actually go there and experience it firsthand was something that I don't know if I'll be able to experience again in the classroom.
Oh, yes, and Jordan, our Nepal is tagged as being a developing nation, and we still have so much of issues still in its stage of infancy, and one of them is issues about women, right? Like human rights, and the list goes on and on. But women issues, they're always in the forefront. Like, did any locals or the students come up to you and share their views on this, and how to collaborate, or maybe do something on that front as well?
I don't really think I got to have that experience. No one directly approached me about any of those kind of social issues, but it was definitely something from the first day I got here, traveling around and just seeing the difference in how everyone lives here. It was something I was thinking about the whole time. Very involved in social issues like that in the US, and coming here and seeing just how much, I don't want to say worse, but just the issues are different here. So I was definitely thinking about that everywhere we went, from just being in the city in Kathmandu to being in Almatari. And we were kind of talking about earlier how, because a lot of the young men are leaving to go to college or just to travel, go somewhere else, a lot of the women are taking over those labor roles. And so I did notice that in me and my homestay roommates, that day where they all had to go get the wood from the forest, we noticed, we're like, holy cow, all these women are carrying so much wood, and that's crazy. So that was when I was really starting to think, how can we make this easier for them, and how can we, develop something that would just make it better for them. So I was definitely keeping my eye out for that stuff.
All right, and coming back to Netra sir once again, तपाईले भनिहाल्नुभयो अघि नै धेरै चाहिँ गृह कार्यहरू भयो, र यो पालि भने तपाईहरुले चाहिँ दुईवटा क्षेत्रमा, स्पेशली एनर्जीको क्षेत्रमा, तर दुईवटा विधामा यहाँले काम गर्नुभयो। हो, भविष्यमा त तपाईहरु पक्कै पनि यहाँबाट अझै विविध क्षेत्रहरूमा चाहिँ प्रवेश गर्नुहुन्छ होला नि सर?
हामीहरुको अब म सोझै कमिटमेन्ट चाहिँ एउटा गर्न गाह्रो हुन्छ, किन भन्दाखेरिमा यसको लागि धेरै नै गृह कार्य पनि गर्नुपर्छ, स्रोतहरू जुटाउनु पनि पर्छ। तर मेरो सपना चाहिँ त्यही छ। यहाँ थुप्रै किसिमका इस्युजहरू छन्, सानातिना प्रोजेक्ट्सहरू गर्ने अपर्च्युनिटी धेरै छ। म चाहिँ एकदम ठुलो प्रोजेक्टले, ठुलो परियोजनाले नेपालीको सबै समस्याहरू टाकटुक्कै चट्ट हराउँछ भन्ने कुरामा त्यति विश्वास गर्दिनँ। सायद हामी साना तर धेरै किसिमका चिजहरू अलिकति बुद्धि लगाएर ध्यान दिएर होमवर्क गरेर गृह कार्य गरेर चाहिँ गऱ्यौँ भने डेफिनेटली धेरै राम्रो हुन्छ जस्तो लाग्छ किनकि हाम्रो जियोग्राफी नै फरक छ एउटा टुलले एउटा टेक्नोलोजीले माउन्टेनलाई हिललाई तराईलाई चाहिँ हामी त्यसलाई समाधान गर्न सक्दैन हाम्रो जियोग्राफिक स्पेसिफिक टेक्नोलोजिजहरूको पनि जरुरी हुन्छ त्यसले गर्दाखेरिमा चाहिँ आम सर्टेनली अब यसमा इन्ट्रेस्टेड छु तर एज आई सेड अर्लियर यसको लागि थुप्रै गृह कार्य मैले गर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ अब त्यो गृह कार्यकै क्रममा विद्यार्थीहरूलाई यो हामी जुन विद्यार्थीहरू आइरहेछन् फ्याकल्टी विद्यार्थीहरू एक सेमेस्टर उनीहरूले भाषाको तालिम पनि लिनुपर्छ यहाँको संस्कृतिको बारेमा पनि तालिम लिनुपर्छ म र मेरो श्रीमती नलिनी छेत्री अर्को टिमलाई लिएर आइरहनु भएको छ हामीले चाहिँ त्यो तालिम पनि दिनुपर्छ खालि टेक्नोलोजिकल तालिमहरू मात्रै होइन उहाँहरूलाई भाषागत पनि कमसेकम नमस्ते भन्न सिकाउनु पर्ने हुन्छ धन्यवाद भन्न सिकाउनु पर्ने हुन्छ सन्चै छु भन्न सिकाउनु पर्ने हुन्छ मलाई भात पुग्यो भन्न सिकाउनु पर्ने हुन्छ हैन गाउँले भाषा नै गर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ फेरि म पिरो खाँदिनँ मसला धेरै भयो म सन्चो छैन आज भनेर भन्नु सबै कुरो चाहिँ उहाँहरूले भन्नु सक्नुपर्छ त्यो भनेको धेरै च्यालेन्ज हो मलाई फर्स्ट टाइम मैले यसो गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ एकदम आफूलाई एकतिर खुसी पनि लागेको छ तर मैले आफ्नै एउटा निकै आफ्नो सोसल क्यापिटल भनिन्छ नि त्यो सोसल क्यापिटललाई पनि लगाएको छु कि यहाँनिर सामाजिक जुन एउटा बचत थियो नि त्यो बचत पनि खर्च गरिरहेको छु जसले गर्दा यो अभ्यास चाहिँ सक्सेस होस् राम्रो होस् भनेर अवश्य पनि म गर्न चाहन्छु तर मैले फेरि गएर सोच्नुपर्छ राम्रोसी किनभने यसमा म मात्र होइन मेरो श्रीमती मेरो केटाकेटी मैले कति दिन भयो मेरो छोराछोरीलाई फोन गर्नु पनि पाइरहेको छैन म त्यति लागेको छु दुईवटा मेरो छोराछोरी छोडेर आइरहेको छौँ हामी दुवैजना यता छौँ बुढा र बुढी छोराछोरी त्यहाँ छन् हामी सबै छोरा मेरो बाबुमा बुढाबुढी हुनुहुन्छ उहाँलाई पनि फोन गर्न पाइरहेको छैन मैले किनभने युजमा लागेपछि यसलाई चाहिँ छोड्नु हुँदैन यो त्यति महत्त्वपूर्ण कुरा हो यहाँ भोलि बिग्रियो भने हामीलाई औजस धेरै आउँछ राम्रो कुरो चाहिँ ट्राभल गर्न समय लाग्छ नराम्रो कुरो ट्राभल गर्न धेरै बेर लाग्दैन त्यसले गर्दा हामी एकदमै केयरफुल हुनुपर्ने भएको हुनाले मैले सोच्छु तर म चाहन्छु एज ए नेपाली हो म नेपालको विकास होस् नेपाली सबै जनताले सुख पाउन् सबैले केही नभए पनि सफा पानी खान पाउन् एक गाँस भात खान पाउन् महिलाहरूको चाहिँ दुरुपयोग नहोस् केटाकेटीहरू पढ्न पाउन् राम्रो स्कुलमा त्यो सबैको सपना हो त्यो मेरो पनि सपना छ यहाँको नेताहरूको पनि त्यही हो सपना तपाईँको पनि त्यही हो सपना मसित पनि त्यो सपना छ जहाँ बसे पनि त्यो सपना छ त्यो सपनालाई चाहिँ साकार बनाउन म चाहन्छु तर एक्लै गरेर हुँदैन म फेरि पनि दोहोऱ्याउँछु के भने हामी सब तपाईँले जसरी यो प्लेटफर्म दिनुभयो यस्तो प्लेटफर्म महत्त्वपूर्ण हुन्छ हामीलाई त्यस्तै गरिकन अरू राजनीतिक कार्यकर्ताहरूले जे प्लेटफर्म उनीहरूको तर्फबाट दिन सक्छ त्यो पनि महत्त्वपूर्ण हुन्छ तपाईँले जसरी अघि नो पोलिटिक्स भन्नुभयो नो पोलिटिक्स मेरो तर्फबाट भन्नु इज इनफ अफ पोलिटिक्स त्यसको मतलब यो पनि होइन कि we cannot ignore politics.
Yes, and I'm pretty sure Dr. Nadia also agrees with this. There's no such thing as free lunch.
That's true. I learned that in economics. Yeah, I think what's helpful is to have true buy-in, and not just with money, but buy-in from the community. Because if we come in and just parachute in and drop some technology, some solar panel irrigation system, and then just leave, nothing's going to stay, nothing's going to last. But if the community wants the technology and sees the value in the technology and puts some work and money into it, then I think it's more likely to actually improve their quality of life or their livelihood.
Do you have some sort of interactive programs or anything with the locals, or what they might need in the future?
Yeah, we have some. A lot of times it is through Netra, but to have communications. In some of the classes we teach in engineering, we have these design project-based classes, and so even as early as the sophomore year, so their second year in college, the students are working on sort of pseudo projects, but projects around some issues in different countries, including Nepal, to try to get them thinking about how things may be different, in different parts of the world, and to get them to start to try to have empathy and try to understand different communities and different needs for different types of people. And then also, it's really critical to also think about the local projects. We have lots of problems in the U.S. too.
Certainly, yes.
Yes, we have lots of poverty. We have lots of problems in the U.S. too. So it's not that just certain countries need help. We need to help on our side too. So I like to think about that.
Experience from a developing country like ours help do something back there as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we have a lot of our agriculture is very industrialized with these really big companies. I think having more distributed, more individual farmers and agricultural could actually help our system some. We have, it's these monocrops and the food isn't as good. I think the fruits aren't as good. It's a different sort of system. So I think certainly there's a lot of stuff that we could learn for the U.S. and I'd love to see as this program continues. I liked having the Nepali students. I think that was a really critical part of this project. But what if we had 12 Nepali students come to the U.S. and we work on some local projects there and have 5 of our U.S. students, join with them for a couple of weeks. I think some of those things could be, it's give and take, and I think we can all help each other be.
Certainly.
It should be one-way flow.
Not one way.
यो त हामीहरुको जस्तो देशले पाउने मात्र कुरो हैन रहेछ, हामीहरुले पनि केही चीज पठाउन सक्ने मात्र सम्भावना रहेछ नि हैन.
Ideas always can flow both direction. अब अहिलेसम्म चाहिँ आइडियाजहरु चाहिँ एउटा डाइरेक्सनबाट आइरहेको हुन्छ, त्यसले गर्दा पनि होला हामी कति प्रब्लमहरुलाई चाहिँ राम्ररी समाधान गर्न पनि सकेका छैनौं. न आइडिया दिनेसित अनुभव छ, न आइडिया लिनेसित अनुभव छ. त्यसले गर्दा त्यो विचार, नलेज, ज्ञानहरु भन्ने कुरो चाहिँ जहिले पनि रिफाइन गर्दै टु वे फ्लो गर्न सक्यो भने चाहिँ राम्रो हुन्छ. डेफिनेटली नादियाजीले भने जस्तै हामी त्यो कुरामा पनि एकदम रुचि राखेका छौं. त्यही हो हाम्रो इन्स्टिट्युट अफ इन्जिनियरिङसित एमओयू गर्दाखेरि एउटा स्पिरिट पनि त्यही हो. कसरी हामी एक्सचेन्ज गर्ने विद्यार्थी फ्याकल्टी विद्यार्थी आदि इत्यादि हैन. अनि नादियाजीले अघि भने जस्तै गरिकन लट अफ स्टुडेन्ट्स चाहिँ त्यो तरकारी त्यहाँ टिपेको छ बगैँचा पनि आएर 10 मिनटभित्र तयारी भएको छ कि अब त्यस्तो फ्रेस भन्ने कुरो कहिले पाउँदैन. Within 10 to 15 minutes of the vegetable harvested, it was ready for us to eat, right? So you don't get vegetable that fresh anywhere in US. So
it's way too long to reach the supermarkets, right?
Yeah.
So those are some of the things that we can actually learn in the US too.
Transportation, so lots of energy goes into our food that's not needed.
अब यो आइडियाको कुरा गर्दाखेरि किनभने यु रिप्रेजेन्ट स्कुल अफ इनोभेसन फ्युचर सोसाइटी हैन, र यहाँ तपाईँ के छ भन्दा एउटा भनाइ नै छ नि सर हैन, कस्तो भने अङ्ग्रेजीमा के अ भेरी गुड आइडिया विच इज नट इम्प्लिमेन्टेड इज एज गुड एज अ भेरी ब्याड आइडिया. र आइडियाको कमी छैन, न नेपालमा कमी छ, न अमेरिकामा कमी होला, न भारतमा कमी होला हैन, जोसँग पनि आइडिया हुन्छ. तर नेपालको सन्दर्भमा तपाईँले त्यो आइडियालाई इम्प्लिमेन्ट गर्नको लागि सबभन्दा ठुलो चुनौती चाहिँ के देख्नु भएको छ?
I think there are ideasहरु certainly धेरै ठाउँमा छन् हैन. मैले सबभन्दा ठुलो चुनौती के देखेको छु भन्दाखेरिमा हामीसित भएको आइडियालाई चाहिँ हामीले इन्फेरियर आइडिया हो कि भनेर भन्छौं क्या, सुपेरियर छैन कि हाम्रो आइडिया,
त्यो आइडियामा कन्फिडेन्स छैन
त्यस्तो लाग्छ मलाई चाहिँ हैन. सो कताकति हामी चाहिँ हाम्रो आइडिया चाहिँ अरूको आइडिया भन्दा नराम्रो हो कि. अनि मेरो च्यालेन्ज चाहिँ के भन्दाखेरिमा हामीसित भएको आइडिया चाहिँ एज गुड एट एनी आइडिया भने चाहिँ हाम्रो यङ जेनेरेसन सबैले चाहिँ त्यो बुझ्नु पर्ला जस्तो लाग्छ. मैले अस्ति पनि भने हामीले पढाउँदाखेरि पनि त्यही पढाउनु पर्छ होला, स्कुलदेखि कलेजसम्म नै हाम्रो आइडियाहरू पनि अरू आइडिया भन्दा कमी छैनन्. यति हो कि कुनै आइडिया कुनै ठाउँमा बेटर होला भने कुनै आइडिया कुनै ठाउँमा बेटर होला. यो मल्टिपल आइडियाजहरूलाई हामीले मन्थन गरेर नयाँ आइडिया चाहिँ हामी क्रिएट गर्न सक्छौँ. त्यसैले गर्दा हिजो पनि हामी हाम्रो विद्यार्थीहरूसित एउटा टपिकमा ग्लोबल सिटिजनसिप भनेको के हो भनेर हामी डिस्कस गरिरहेका थियौँ. सो म एकदम गौरव के गर्छु भने सबैजना विद्यार्थीहरूले त्यो ग्लोबल सिटिजनलाई चाहिँ सोझै व्याख्या गर्नुभन्दा उनीहरूले चाहिँ हामीले यो कुरालाई विचार गर्नुपर्छ होला. त्यो कुनै चिजलाई व्याख्या गरेर चाहिँ लग्यौँ भने हामीले वान वे लोड गरे जस्तो हुन्छ, लादे जस्तो हुन्छ. हामी त्यो चाहिँ हो लेसन्स भनेको. हामी आफूमा चाहिँ कन्फिडेन्ट लुज गऱ्यौँ भने हामी अगाडि बढ्न सकिएला जस्तो लाग्दैन. र आइडियाजहरू भनेकै के हो भन्दाखेरि त्यो कन्फिडेन्सलाई चाहिँ कसरी स्टिमुलेट गर्ने, कसरी लाइभ गराउने, कसरी प्रोडक्सनमा लाने भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ लाग्छ मलाई. त्यो नै सायद च्यालेन्ज हो कि
डेफिनेटली र नेपालको सन्दर्भमा मात्र होइन होइन अमेरिकाको सन्दर्भमा पनि हामी कुरा गऱ्यौँ एक किसिमले हाम्रो चाहिँ यो यङ विद्यार्थीहरूतिर पनि लाग्यो होइन एज लाइक यङ स्टुडेन्ट्स लाइक यु डेफिनेटली फेस सो मेनी च्यालेन्जेस बट लाइक एन्ड यु हेभ सो मेनी आइडियाज पपिङ इन यर हेड लाइक एभ्री नाउ एन्ड देन एन्ड आइ एम प्रिटी स्योर you must like face lots of challenges to implement those ideas as well. How do you overcome that?
Yeah, I mean, just traveling around here, I spent the entire time, I was saying earlier, I was thinking a lot about the challenges that women were facing, but just looking around, you get so many ideas of things that you want to do, and it is really difficult to try to figure out what is actually possible and what you can actually implement. And I've been wanting to talk to Netra about trying to implement those ideas. And I think it just comes down to finding a group of people at school and starting really basic and really simple and finding people to work with and just kind of starting small and working your way up until you can reach those bigger goals and those bigger projects that you want to do that make a bigger impact. But like the group I'm part of, Engineers Without Borders, where we have a couple really small projects in the club, and then we have a couple national ones that are bigger that have taken years to kind of build to there, and a lot of kids have worked on them, and they're just now kind of finishing up. So I think some of the ideas that I have now that I've gotten here, they'll take a lot of just time and just a lot of effort to get to where I actually like the end goal, where I want it to be.
No, I like that. Not just the Doctors Without Borders, it's Engineers Without Borders as well.
Yes.
Future engineers here. You must be really excited about this change that's taking place, especially on the face of like globalization or whatever we call that.
It's an interesting concept as the world grows and becomes more interconnected. The ideas and problems that one faces in one own community can also be seen in other communities, just like Nadia was saying earlier, where the challenges that are faced in Nepal are also faced in the United States. But while they're similar, they're also different, and so how do we apply what we've learned in one situation and apply it in the other one so that it's still effective and can be, it works. So the solution that might exist in Nepal for poverty or clean drinking water has different circumstances than one in, say, Flint, Michigan, where there's still not clean drinking water, and how can we take what we've learned here in Nepal and bring that into the United States, and then how can we take what we've learned from both of those situations and then apply them globally?
Yeah, coming back once again to this term like globalization, and whenever it pops up we just think about economy and trade, but it's not just limited there, is it?
No,
like,
no.
See, Engineers Without Borders, I still like that idea.
Yeah. Yeah, and it really, I mean, it impacts all aspects of our society and sort of who we are. Just the fact that we can, you know, I could easily contact you when I go back to Phoenix. I might have to call later or earlier in the morning because of the time difference, but we can easily connect. It's not, we can Skype or, you know, whatever. It's not difficult to make those connections and sustain relationships from across the world. So it makes sense that we use that. It would be nice. I think one of the things we have to be careful about is always involving the community members. You know, the idea of frugal innovation, and the people that live in these communities, they have a lot of intellectual capital. They have a lot of things. They understand the problems that they have better than anyone coming from the outside can really understand. So how can we use globalization? You know, how can we connect to those communities maybe without actually being there? Even some of the students from Kathmandu, how can they connect to Almatari, you know, without taking the long drive? I think there's a lot of room maybe for technology to help us become more globalized and really help each other.
र त्यही त नेत्र सर अहिले हामीले भन्ने कुरा गरिरहेको थियो ग्लोबलाइजेसन होइन, जहाँ चाहिँ अब हामीहरू खालि ट्रेड इकोनोमीको कुरा गर्छौँ र अब यो भौगोलिक डिस्टेन्सकै पनि कुरा गर्दाखेरि एक हिसाबले हेर्ने हो भनेदेखि अब काठमाडौँको सन्दर्भमा हेर्ने हुम्ला जुम्ला भन्दा न्युयोर्क नजिक छ नि,
अफकोर्स
होइन भनेपछि अब हामीहरू चाहिँ त्यो खालि हामीहरूको चाहिँ ब्रेन ड्रेन भयो होइन, हाम्रा यहाँ युवाहरू पलायन भयो, हामीले त्यो आइडियाहरू लिन सकेनौँ मात्र होइन, हामीले त अहिले हेर्ने एउटा ग्लोबल कम्युनिटी खडा गरेर होइन विश्वका विभिन्न आफ्नै देशको नागरिकहरू मात्रै विश्वका विभिन्न होइन ठाउँमा चाहिँ एउटा सञ्जालहरू क्रिएट गरेर हामीले यो आइडियाजहरू आदान प्रदान त सजिलै गर्न सक्दो रहेछ भने
डेफिनेटली। अब ग्लोबलाइजेसन भनेको गुड्सहरूको मुभमेन्ट मात्रै होइन, प्लेनहरू उड्ने मात्रै होइन, ग्लोबलाइजेसन्स भनेको आइडियाजहरूको मुभमेन्ट पनि हो अघि नादियाजीले भन्नुभयो फ्रुगल इनोभेसन हामी भन्छौँ ग्रासरुट्स इनोभेसन सो दिज आइडियाज पपिङ अप around the world can be moved in different forms. So for us, युनिभर्सिटीमा काम गर्ने मान्छेहरूलाई ग्लोबलाइजेसन भनेको मुभमेन्ट अफ आइडियाज हो यदि यो आइडियाजहरूलाई चाहिँ सही तरिकाले मुभ गराइयो जुन ठाउँमा त्यो आइडिया बिलङ गर्छ त्यसलाई एक्नोलेज गरियो भने चाहिँ द होल नोसन अफ सस्टेनेबल डेभलपमेन्ट पनि अचिभ गर्न सकिन्छ जस्तो लाग्छ कि तर ती ग्रासरुट आइडियाजहरूलाई फ्रुगल इनोभेसन्सहरूलाई इग्नोर गरेर बिग आइडियालाई चाहिँ टपबाट चाहिँ धकले गरियो भने होल ड्रिम अबाउट सस्टेनेबल डेभलपमेन्ट भन्ने प्रस्परिटी पिस भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ खालि ड्रिम मात्रै हुन्छ जस्तो लाग्छ क्या मलाई त्यसले गर्दाखेरिमा बियोन्ड इकोनोमिक development beyond moving goods and services we have to be really careful about how do we move ideas and how do we nurture ideas that are out there in a community who have been successfully using those ideas for generation.
Well, thank you. धेरै धन्यवाद छ यहाँको समयको लागि. It was wonderful to have you all in the studio.
Thank you so much for giving us this opportunity. I hope this will be useful for our listeners. As well as our students and myself, Nadia. I would like to thank you from the whole ASU community for giving this platform to talk about our experience.
You're most welcome. It was a great pleasure having you here, and best wishes for your future projects as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And enjoy your stay here in Nepal.
Which is literally about 8 hours.
Well, आज हामीले कुराकानी गर्यौँ नेत्र छेत्रीजीसँग त्यस्तै गरेर डाक्टर नादिया खेलाम हुनुहुन्थ्यो अनि जोर्डन पास्टर अनि टिम Aron र उहाँहरूको अनुभव नेपालमा रहेको यो अनुभव बारेमा हामीले कुराकानी गर्न पायौँ आजको कार्यक्रम रेडियो टकमा र अहिलेको लागि पनि कार्यक्रम रेडियो टकको समय करिब सिद्धिएको छ र म बिदा मागेर जाने समय भएको छ हामीहरूको भेटघाट पुनः हुनेछ कार्यक्रम केसी नेपाल बुधबारको बसाइमा 1 बजेको कान्तिपुर डायरीपछि त्यस्तै राति आई लभ इट आइहेटमा आउनेछु 8 बजेपछि र आजदेखि अर्को आजसम्मको यात्रा राति 11 देखि 12 बजेसम्म त्यतिन्जेलसम्मको लागि भने सम्पूर्ण रेडियो टक टिमलाई अनि प्राविधिक मित्र दीपक सापकोटालाई पनि धन्यवाद भन्दै हामी सबैजना बिदा चाहन्छौँ नमस्कार अनि शुभ दिन